Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well, and thanks again for being here at this short notice stream that's fairly late at night, but
Mhm.
it's kind of how it works now. Before we get started, of course, I want to thank Mr. Outlaw, and Mr. Hemi for coming in and joining me. I know it's late for them too, and you know, we, I'm hoping they'll stick around, have a few words to say because obviously things are blowing up all over the world. We're seeing the UK now fall into complete disarray, complete civil war, and the citizens of the country are being oppressed by their own government and their police, which is nothing new because if you've been here in Canada or in Australia, New Zealand, places of that nature, these first world countries where, everything is all hunky dory, including some places in the US, you're used to the police being your enemy. So you know it, I know it, they know it. It's just a matter of finally coming together and doing something about it. And thankfully, in the UK, after these terrible murders of three little girls, and I believe in total there were 10 others injured, they're finally saying enough is enough. The whistleblowers have put out there that the police are being paid to handle illegals that are basically flocking to their country and committing all these crimes and murders, which they are now doing en masse, unrestricted. They are coming out and saying, this is what our government told us to do: handle this group of illegal criminals with kid gloves and oppress you as fucking much as we can. So, right now, over in the UK, homes are being broken into and raided by, let's face it, they're not police, they're just Nazi brown shirts in yellow flak jackets, I guess. But they're now breaking into protesters' homes and arresting them en masse. Um, they are essentially fighting the local civilians who are essentially trying to clean out the scum from their fucking cities. They are getting between them and the illegal aliens that are there to rob, pillage, and murder and rape. Um, and it's not going to end anytime soon, and it's definitely not going to end well. But as I've stated before many times, the police were never your friends. They have always been trained to be your oppressors. They are your jailers in your own country, and you're going to have to deal with them the exact same way as the brown shirts were dealt with. So get your ropes, uh, short drop with a sudden stop. It's what all traders deserve. Before we go on about that, though, I want to say a special shout out to our brother Indy, who had some, well, discouraging things happen to him this week. We all know he lost his dog, a good friend that he had for 17 years, and he had to put him down. And unfortunately, other people were there to rub salt in the wound, and he's not in a great place. But we had a good long chat today, and hopefully he'll come around again real soon. And whether he decides to open up to you guys, that's up to him. But I feel for you, buddy. I know what you're going through. We had a great chat today, and I care about you as deeply as I could any other brother out there. You know what I mean? So thoughts and prayers are with him because that's really what he's got right now. But until then, um, let's give him either a wide berth or a comforting ear if he's around. So back to the topics, Mister Hemi and Mister Outlaw.
Mhm.
Mr. Mitchell.
How you doing, Mitchell?
Yeah, have you been keeping up with the craziness?
It's kind of hard to.
There's
Uh,
so much of it.
not with the
Yeah.
not with the global stuff so much, but the U.S. stuff, especially keeping my eye on Kamala Harris. So
Oh yes, yes, another foreign invader.
Oh yeah.
Let's face it, it's what she is. Yeah, there is so much going on around the world. I mean, Venezuela is finally up in civil war. You know, the UK. I would consider this the UK's start to its civil war. I hope Ireland is all in fucking arms. I hope they stay that way because again, this is global and it ain't gonna fucking get any better. You can vote your way into tyranny, but you have to fight your way out. That is just a fact. What's up, Mr. Riggs, JR, Mr. Smurf? Sorry, I didn't even acknowledge the guys that are here at this hour, which is amazing. Well, Riggs, we were talking to earlier, but I'm glad you guys are all here. Hoping to be able to get together this week and actually bring in my buddy to also kind of discuss on the immigration topic because he is a immigrant, and I've mentioned him before. He spent nearly 10 years immigrating to this country, only to watch other people walk in and get free handouts and a basically free visa to live here forever. And he ain't happy. He ain't happy. And again, a good portion of them are his people. I mean, we've seen what's happened in places like Brampton on Hemi's side of the globe, right?
Mm-hmm.
They rule the fucking roost.
Oh yeah.
Minority. And of course, now they're trying to say that what's going on over there in Ontario's beaches with the whole just taking dumps in public. Oh, that's all edited photos and stuff now. But yet more of them are coming out every day. So we now have a trend that's going, I guess, on Twitter, where it is literally people recording these people, doing their business in public, right? And just leaving it wherever. Again, the government fucking propaganda machine is well on its way to working. So, what's up, shitty poster? Haven't seen you in a while, but I hope you're doing well. Just a sec here, guys.
Yeah, it's not good news around the world, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just need a minute here, guys. I gotta go and tuck this guy in real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, go ahead, man. We'll hold it down. So while Chris does that, guys, what's going on? Good to see Chris back in the streaming world. Doesn't get to do it very much. MGTOW Smurf, appreciate the stickers, brother. Now that you're here, I was going to ask you later on, probably at Brandon's stream, but you're here now. I got to ask you, man, what's up with the fist on the MGTOW sticker?
The BLM fist.
Now I know that wasn't your intent. I know, brother. I'm just saying. Great sticker, by the way. I love them. But we got you in here, Mr. Riggs Jr., Shiite poster. What's going on, brothers? JR, good to see you, my man. So this is where all the homos are. Yeah, we kind of left someone in the chat in Discord hanging high and dry, kitten. So we come over here to be with the brothers.
Yeah, so little update here, guys. There's now 2 fires in the valley, one on each end. We had a lightning storm come through and, of course, gave us a little bit of rain, but a whole lot of fucking lightning. Oh, so if we lose power here and I just disappear all of a sudden, you may know why. I mean, the electrical system out here ain't great, so grasshoppers jump on our poles and they fucking just, power goes out in the whole valley. But yeah, I know. Rough night to do a live stream, man. What can I say? It is how it is. But again, bit of the side note of getting everybody up to date because public media or the social medias are basically getting throttled. The mainstream media is reporting complete falsehoods or nothing at all. Right now, over in London, they have fucking gangs of Muslim illegals going around and beating the shit out of people with fucking 2x4s and machetes. And yes, they have killed 2 more people. I was going to post this tonight and share it with you. And again, now this is not even accurate because as of the 4th, which was today, right? Or sorry, the 3rd, yesterday. This now needs to be updated to 23 stabbings, still 3 children, plus 2 decapitations, and about 27 beatings. So, again, this is no longer accurate. So I guess we'll need a new update. But I'm sure that the Europe Invasion Twitter page will get that out pretty quick here. But it just goes to show fucking how horrible things are getting. And again, most of us don't even know what's happening. Without X now or Twitter or people basically filming it live and posting it on places like even TikTok here, you wouldn't know half this shit is going on, if any of it, because they would absolutely keep this quiet because they don't want you to fight back, right? It's why they disarm all these fucking populations. We disarm them, we own them, right? And I posted a Facebook post today which stated that, or actually, I believe I shared it on YouTube as well. Once they take their guns, their goal is to kill you. That's it. So again, you could fight back or you can do nothing. It's up to you, but the end results will be exactly the fucking same. Exactly the same. What's up, Mr. Bingus? Brother Ghost Pill. Hope you're doing well.
Smurf, no, you didn't directly. D-Man sent me some stickers that you apparently sent to him, and he said they were your stickers. So,
Oh. Yeah, I haven't even seen them, Outlaw, to be honest with you.
I did a video today on it.
So, Hemi, are you seeing anything over there? I was asking before I got called away there.
Oh, absolutely. The neighborhoods that I grew up in and lived in pretty much my whole life have totally changed. And recently, like in the past 5 years, 4 to 5 years.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
It's like if you I don't know, if you can't see it, you're willfully blind, or I don't know, maybe you're for it, but we're importing the third world and we're slowly becoming the third world.
Absolutely. And that is exactly how it fucking goes every time.
Yeah.
Every time. I mean, they have now busted how many trafficking outfits between Canada, the US, and the UK, where hundreds of kids were being human trafficked throughout the place, and even down to organ harvesters from these kids, right? Sex slaves, things of that nature. And the worst part about it is the ones in the UK, especially, they knew it was going on and did nothing about it for years because they didn't want to offend people by getting a warrant to enter these fucking homes where these people or kids were being kept or trafficked out of. How fucked up is that? So if your kid goes missing, they're not going to fucking go look for them where they most likely are, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was it, like 3 days ago, 2 days ago in Sweden, that 14-year-old girl was fucking tortured and butchered. And the worst part about it is they have no idea who did it. They're not even gonna fucking look. She was butchered in a fucking park. Most likely people saw this. Most likely they could probably take them right to these people or where they went, right?
Yeah.
And not a fucking word. Not a word. Last week, the week before, whatever it was, we had another incident where a 17-year-old pepper sprayed two fucking potential muggers, right? That were trying to fucking rape her. And she's now facing jail time for carrying a weapon. Now that they've had a Swedish girl fucking literally tortured, they have video footage, guys. They have video footage where the murderers took footage of it and reposted it of this girl's brutal beating, stabbing, and then beheading. And yet have no fucking way of catching these people, putting them away. Nope, not a chance. Not a chance. It ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
Right?
World's
Right.
gone mad, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and again, it's the politicians that don't want to see them go to jail, right? Oh, actually, here. Let me double check to make sure there's no actual beheading in this part. But yeah, here's part of the footage that I found right now.
Oh boy.
And this was reposted yesterday. Okay, so there's no beheadings in this one. Thank Christ. But yeah, this happened and they are doing fuck all about it. This is the girl before they killed her and beheaded her. Stabbed her like brutally. You know what I mean? And again, you won't see anybody face jail time. In fact, whoever posted this or is out there looking for justice for this chick, they'll probably get arrested. Without a doubt, they will at least be fucking silenced on any social media, right?
Oh yeah.
And again, they don't care about you. They don't care about you or your kids. They could give two fucks less. Okay? It's all about what gives them control over people, and they don't care who the people are anymore. It's not even control over their own people. They don't give a fuck. They have now used these illegals, right? Coming from God knows where, doing God knows what, to make you more afraid, to make you more reliant on them, because again, you're going to look to the police because you can't defend yourself anymore in any of these countries, right? And if you don't go along with the narrative, they will fucking arrest you. Plain and simple. We're seeing that happen right fucking now. As of today, beating down people's doors to arrest them for protesting against the illegals that are in their country or in their city. The police are kicking down doors, the brown shirts. Actually, maybe we should change their name to the neon shirts, or I don't know, Pascals. We'll call them the Pascals because it sounds nicer. And this is everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, let's face it, here in Canada, we've had fucking police going to people's doors because of their Facebook posts. Oh, your Facebook post goes against the fucking narrative that we're pushing. And I believe at the time it was about COVID, right? So we're here to make sure you understand that we are watching. And if we have to come back, let's face it, this is what they're really saying. If we have to come back, we'll fucking arrest you. Because they had no problems doing it in Australia, right? They arrested pregnant women and everything right out of their fucking homes for their fucking Facebook posts. If that isn't an oppressive fucking Nazi regime, what the fuck is? What is?
Arrested for wrong think.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, again, and I say it all the time, think about how big of a reach you have right now on social media, technically for free at the moment, because I still say that Google's eventually going to start charging for emails and all that shit. But yeah, think about the average Joe can get on the internet anywhere on the planet right now for the most part and say what you want.
Yeah.
You have the ability to reach the entire world. That's the thing they don't like. You have sway on the internet. You have a lot of people that you can reach in a short amount of time. They want to take that power away from you, and they will. They'll try.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They have no problems doing this, guys. None.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, but I think the live stream has actually been fucking either blocked or taken down.
This one?
Yeah.
Uh,
It says it's still live. Okay.
Either blocked or taken down.
No, we're good.
oh, shit.
We're good. Sorry, my phone geeked out. It's an iPhone. It doesn't work half the time. That's how it works. But sorry, technical issues. And now they're lighting shit on fire. How racist is that? Oh God. Well, I mean, today our local Walmart in Salmon Arm, somehow miraculously the changing room area caught on fire. Okay.
yeah.
And it was posted in our community chat. So naturally, me being the smartass that I am, I had to go in there and say that's clearly climate change. That's why I'm sorry you're not on Facebook right now, Outlaw, because you could have jumped right in on that one. Right? Hey,
Oh, yeah.
maybe it's a racist fire. I don't know. I
Oh.
don't know. Maybe some cooter caught on fire. I don't know. Most likely, though, somebody went in there to smoke a cigarette or just decided to light it on fire. Because, hey, in a small town tucked away in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? In buttfuck BC, this place is full of migrants. Because I have to say migrants. I can't say illegals because I don't know if they're illegals. But non-citizens, right? I wouldn't be surprised they burned that fucking place down. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, again, not a big city, right?
Yeah.
Huge fucking city problems. Like on the fucking nightly. There are fucking more camera footage coming out of people breaking into shit or fucking busting open restaurants or businesses or fucking robbing cars, right? There is more footage coming out every fucking day. More people saying this individual or these individuals broke into here at this time, you know. And again, there's a common denominator there. They don't show up well in the dark, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they smile, we'd see something of them. That seems to be a common factor. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many times do we see it on the internet and it says, some of these people are picking up on it? It's always those same people. That's the comment I see all the time. People know it. Everybody's just scared to say it.
Well, again, right? Again, if you don't follow Twitter, you don't see these because they're not allowed to be posted anywhere else. Right now, most white countries have two options, right? Be invaded, enslaved, murdered, raped, and fucking, butchered on a daily basis and be called a racist, or fight back, expel these fucking bastards, take your country back, fight for your fucking lives, and be called a racist. I don't know about you, but I'm going with the latter on that one. I'm all for that. So again, kudos to those guys over in Ireland and over in London area. I believe it was South. I don't want to say South Park. It's South something. And again, the exact part of London, wherever it is. It's all broken up into different divisions. I don't know them anymore. But they're not Welsh. I know that. So Outlaw, your people are safe. You know,
Yeah.
being the MI5 agent that you are. But again, you know, the strange part about this is just like with my buddy out in Calgary here,
yeah.
they're noticing a trend there too, where the people who are originally from other countries that are supporting this whole fucking like push them the fuck out and stop letting these bastards in,
Yeah.
they immigrated there legally. They went through the arduous process. They give back to society. They contribute through taxation, whatever the case may be, right? While
Right.
yet other people that just showed the fuck up on a boat with no passport, hey, they get everything. Mr. Sean St. George, how are you, sir?
What's up, brother?
What is going on here? I see the Emperor himself is streaming, and I'm going, oh, fuck, I haven't seen this happen in a long time.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially this late. Normally, I'm an old man now, so I'm normally in bed or trying to sleep. Whatever the case may be.
I know the trying to sleep part. That is painful, which is why I need some assistance.
Yeah,
There
I
we
wish
go,
I
yeah.
was a drinker. I wish I was a drinker. But you know what? I had my chat with Indy today, and I stated that after my divorce and my separation from my kids, there's hidden anxieties that won't allow me to drink.
True.
So-
Not only that, drinking will exacerbate them.
Exactly. I mean, I'll admit this to you guys because, again, I don't mind admitting it to people that, you know, are kind of on the same level. I wake up every day looking for reasons not to go on a killing spree. I don't need somebody to take that cap away.
Yeah, I've been having this saying when everybody asks me how I'm doing. Well, I haven't added to the population nor taken away from it, so it's kind of a good day.
Yep.
I was about to say, did I just scare him away? No, he's probably dealing with the kiddos.
He's dealing
Yeah, I
with
think
it.
the little one.
Yeah. Someone came right back down here and is now flashing a bright light in my eye.
Ow.
Zach.
Oh boy.
Well, kids love to torment their parents. They get joy out of it.
Yes, they do.
And as old as we are now, we don't remember those days where we thought it was funny to go fuck with dad or mom.
Fuck it, never negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I
Yeah,
never
even
had them,
if they're-
so
Even if they're toddler terrorists.
I never.
Oh, I
had
used to call my kid a little terrorist all the time.
I never had them, so I can't say nothing.
You still have time.
Outlaw, go make more white people, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The emperor needs soldiers for his army.
That's right.
It's on you.
That's right. As a trans black woman, I can
by
say
the way,
that.
speaking of
By the
terrorists,
way,
I gotta talk to mine.
I'm not.
there you go. But yeah,
He's not a
shouldn't
terrorist, he
negotiate.
says.
You shouldn't negotiate with children terrorists, but let's face it, we cave. Sometimes we cave. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, Lisa's up there, of course, freaking the fuck out because there's a fire. It's like, hey, that's what the fire department's for, and there's only one that they can get to, so they're fine. Don't worry about it. We'll get evacuated when half the valley's on fire. Oh, and speaking of which, if you're in the valley or even in one of these areas where a fire, could lead to an evacuation, take literally all your valuables because we have people that go around and check to make sure you've evacuated, right? So they go door to door. And when they know you're gone, they come and steal your shit.
Oh, ain't that
Yeah. Yeah. Just a, a fact to put out there. But yeah, we have apparently had the same people that came to do the checks to make sure that people were either preparing to evacuate or were evacuated get caught busted fucking robbing people's homes when the evacuation was lifted and these people were headed back. So yeah. You can't trust anybody. I mean, what the
no.
fuck? You can't
It
trust a
was-
savage from a savage land or a fucking crazy person from a crazy religion not to
Well,
fucking
shit.
stab you or rob you. Like, what's going on here?
Well, shit. When I went through that tornado like 15 years ago, it wasn't probably less than a week after that happened. There was already people trying to get into the neighborhoods and steal stuff. And
Oh, of course.
like-
Of course. What was it? Hurricane Katrina? How many fucking looters did they say they actually put down? Like 26 of them, 21 of them, something like that?
something like that, yeah.
Because didn't they declare martial law on that one? And they were like, if you catch looters, you kill them. That's it. And then nobody said
Yeah,
boo
something
about
like
that. Nobody said boo about that.
Well, I mean, you're a fucking scumbag if you're sitting there trying to steal from somebody that just went through like a natural disaster. I'm like, fuck you.
and
I
who-
remember
all you got-
the
now all you gotta do
BlackRock
is-
CEO in an interview, because that was one of their first big jobs from the federal government was Katrina, doing security. They saw both regular people, cops, EMS, all looting.
That is
The
so-
people who should be above reproach were doing illegal things and taking away from others to make sure that they themselves were taken care of. People are just terrible in general. Very few people have the mindset of let's say charity or the ability to think about others even in a crisis situation, let alone just normally, like somebody has a bad day or somebody has their house burned down. How many people contribute to the little funds at the gas station that they put up little buckets for collections?
Yep.
Maybe 2 to 3% of people. People don't have the charitable bug anymore.
No, of course not. And again, when, like you said, during Katrina, right? Like you saw police and everything fucking in Walmarts or looting shit, saying they're looking for looters when they're all around them. Now all you got to do is fucking
They
throw
are the
away your
looters.
ID. Yeah. Now all you got to do is throw away your ID, say you're a fucking illegal immigrant, and they just fucking walk right by you anyway. Right? Let's face it.
It was an article from a UK newspaper that I put in a Gilded. I don't know if Outlaw saw it. 1,400 kids have been violated by immigrants. And the sub headline is police did nothing because they didn't want to get in trouble for arresting an immigrant.
Yes, that's part of that same group that yeah. I think I had that here. Just a sec.
I might be able to pull it up real quick and share screen with you.
Oh my god. I know you guys aren't up to date on the
Yep,
Canadian stuff.
I got it.
Oh, perfect. Have you seen
Here.
the fucking Toronto mayor? Ugh, creepy.
The only Toronto mayor I remember was the crack addict.
No, I think you're thinking of the Ottawa
No,
mayor.
no.
right?
Rob Ford. He admitted to
Rob
doing
Yeah,
crack
Rob
cocaine.
Ford.
There
He
you go.
admitted to doing crack cocaine. And then the
Yeah,
one
I've got
woman in
that.
council,
I've got that
one
shared up.
one woman in council accused him of saying that what was it? He wanted to eat her out, and he's like, no, I've got more than enough at home. He was the
But
best, but he died,
what's
man. Now
really
we got his lame ass brother.
Yeah, what I find
Yeah.
really interesting is they say Asian gangs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Where
funny
South
how
we
East,
know
South Asian
who
gangs.
the culprits are. They're not Asian. The Middle East is
yeah.
not Asian.
Again, that's just like the whole with the last 3 children that were murdered and the 10 injured, right? That
Oh,
guy
the
was
stabbing incident.
what? Yeah, that was a peaceful student, right? A quiet student,
Oh,
I
of course
believe,
they
is what he
were.
was referred to in the newspapers. Not, the 17-year-old psychopath that laughed about fucking killing these kids in the courthouse. No, no, no. They showed a picture of him when he was like 9 or 8, something like that, in his school uniform with his hair all cut nice, right? Called a
Probably the
quiet
last
student.
decent photo that they had of him because he looks
Mm.
either disheveled or beaten in modern photos.
Yeah, the more up to date photos that the mainstream media won't put out there shows a very different fucking person, and let's face it, the typical suspects, right? Very
Uh-huh.
typical suspects. Um,
Well, this is what happens when you have unchecked immigration and you just let people come in willy nilly without doing background checks, or let alone just allow
any
people to come into country who will be of use. By of use, I don't mean exploit them. Of use, I mean they have skills that the labor market can use.
or again, like my buddy Caffey, going through the fucking proper channels, the proper process. Hey, if I wanted to immigrate to the US, I had to go through a process, right? And until my fucking paperwork was finalized, I needed my sponsor, which was my ex-wife, right? And if I stepped out of line even a fucking little, ICE would be at her fucking doorstep with my fucking ticket out of here immediately. But they at least know who I am. These people, they have no idea, right? No idea. And again, as we learned, I think yesterday or today, um, the Canadian border is being used in the exact same way, because they're coming from Mexico, flying into Canada, no passport required, and then crossing into New York City from Ontario. So now both your borders are fucking wide open and they're flooding in from both sides, because now people are looking at the south border, right? There's people looking there. Ain't fucking nobody looking at the north border. And let's face it, that area of the country, you're a minority there if you're white. You are a fucking minority. Like Hemi was saying, his communities that he grew up in are very fucking different. Very fucking different. But it's funny to watch the police in the UK running away from the illegals that are now forming mobs and gangs and fucking running around with machetes and 2x4s, but yet surprisingly managed to have so much resilience and force and equipment to push back against the citizens, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, here's footage of it now, right here. So this is what we're seeing everywhere, right? Just in every country. So here is British citizens, and there's police everywhere, right? They literally got lines to fucking like encircle them. They probably aren't going to fucking fare too well because it looks like they're very outnumbered and bottlenecked. But this is, I believe, from where they started going around and burning or destroying the immigrant-owned businesses and storefronts, right? And this is the group that also went to the hotels to remove everybody that was an illegal from the hotels that they're paying for to put them in, right? But you see a police essence here. Scroll up a little bit. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Where is it? Here's the migrants, the illegals that they're fucking protecting. Not a police officer in sight.
Their uniform as well.
Oh, wait, I thought I saw one. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so I saw two. So there's two.
Oh man.
Oh
least
yeah,
five-
protect the poor
5 times.
immigrants.
Yeah, 5 times the mob size. And you know, the fucked up thing that I seen today was they were out there talking to the illegals, right? Telling them that
Mhm.
they're here to support them, they're here to look after them and protect them, right? They aren't out
Well,
there
yeah.
to protect the fucking actual citizens of the country, though. They are there to oppress them, right?
Right.
That's what they're there to
The
do.
citizens have priority over immigrants,
Yes.
especially non-legal ones.
Well, and
Supposed
again,
to.
they had whistleblowers coming out today. Here's where they're fucking actually breaking in people's doors that went to protests or had basically.
Are you fucking kidding me? They're breaking into doors of
Oh yeah,
protesters.
no, they're pulling people out, man, by the hundreds. By the hundreds. So if you didn't support the fucking whole immigrant thing, they came and arrested you. That's what happened yesterday. And they did it to
You know what?
hundreds of hundreds of actual citizens were arrested yesterday. This is where the police presence was.
We are approaching a time where there's probably fixing to be some things drawn out of
They
posters.
won't do that. Well, okay, yes, they will do that here, but they're going to do it armed, and they're going to bring SWAT teams to every house.
SC, it was a Swedish girl, wasn't it? Because yeah, it was a Swedish girl. I covered her last week. She's looking at jail time for having a weapon,
for pepper
because
spraying her attacker.
For pepper spraying 2 of the guys that were looking to fucking mug her and rape her. Yes, she is facing jail time for a fucking weapon. Yes, I don't know if she was from Germany, but I don't think it happened in Germany. It happened.
Their
in Sweden.
mace is
she was a
not a
Swedish girl.
weapon. Their mace is a deterrent. Big difference.
Not to them. Not to them.
I know.
It depending on whose hands it's in, it's a weapon.
Well, it's a country that has a thing called ghost knives, where you can have a knife, but if it has any embroidery or any kind of logo on it, they call it a zombie knife.
A zombie knife. Yeah, no, I've never heard of that term before.
Yeah, because they're trying to ban up to cutlery. I mean, how are you going to do home cooking if you can't use a kitchen knife or a cleaver or a nikiri knife? What are you going to do? Be dependent on other people who are authorized to use knives in kitchens because their regulatory is so much better than your household? No, fuck that.
Well, and again, like, yes, it is. If you, from what I've understood from people who have shared their stories from there, if you order a kitchen knife that is of a certain size, it can't go to your home. You have to have it shipped to a store, and then you have to go and produce ID, pick it up, and then it has to be carried home in a special fucking container. But yet, somehow, right? And again, we don't know how migrants, the illegals, are managing to get their hands on fucking machetes. They're managing to get their hands on guns in a gun-free country. They're getting their hands on guns, right?
Yeah.
You can't get rid of the tools. Somebody will always find a way to bring it in. what you should not do is deprive your citizens' ability to defend themselves in an altercation.
Well, any country that has done that has always led down the same roads, right? They've always
Mhm.
ended in the same way. And the first step is to get you, the local citizen, comfortable, dependent on them, and completely defenseless. And if we can break up your
Yup.
communities right down to your family unit, even better, because we can get them to turn you in, right? That's all we need. We only need one person to
Exactly.
turn in the rest of the family, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, hey, I have a splitting axe and a cutting axe right there. Guess what? That same fucking axe that is used for wood does not say anywhere will not work on human skin or skulls. That's a weapon,
Well, that's what
right?
that's one of the reasons that made the Vikings so versatile is they took a tool and turned it into a weapon of war. So no matter
Absolutely.
what, well, okay, everybody, a lot of people have this misunderstanding that a war axe is just a weapon of war. No, it was not. 99% of the time, it was used as a tool to you got the one side that's the flat, that's your hammer, and you got your sharp
Hmm.
side to chop down wood or to make shavings for fire or to debark your wood. They
Or
were
fucking hollow
tools that
log for a canoe.
they made a dual purpose.
Yeah. Hell, you could
Swords
use it.
swords are
You could
more of
use,
a weapon of war, but you could still use it as a utility tool.
of course. Like I said, I think me and Saunders were talking about this once, and it came down to if you could only pick one fucking hand weapon, what would it be? I personally
Axe.
picked the dagger. No, I picked the dagger because the dagger is meant for one thing and one thing fucking only, and it works on both sides, right? But no, he picked an axe, and I can understand that too. But I picked the dagger. Maybe the
All
axe
right.
was a bit of a better choice, but I gotta be honest with you. I've done some knife fighting training, right? I
Mhm.
find the dagger so more universal than almost any other bladed weapon out there, and it's compact. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
10
compact,
inches long.
like you said, or it's also utility as well.
Yeah, I can use it to fucking descale a fish if I wanted to, or fucking
Yep.
butcher a rabbit. But let's be honest, right? When you get a dagger in your hands, it's a little different. It
I think
literally
SEA
feels like,
made a very good point in the chat. Faction before family.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
And it's
exactly
supposed
where
to
we are.
be family before faction.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I spoke with Indy about today, and I've mentioned many times before, we are divided up so well now that you don't know your neighbor. You can't get along with them long enough to fucking come together to get anything together. And even down into your own family, nobody's kept in check. Children turn on parents, parents turn on each other, parents turn on children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a world of fucking lone wolf. This is a civilization of lone wolf. And any other country that has managed to keep even the family unit together, right, can outdo us 10 times over now. 10 times over, right? And you know what, Bingus? That's an attitude that is shared by almost everybody. But that's exactly the attitude that they want
It's
you
a
to have.
bad attitude to have.
But it's one that everybody has, right? And
No,
like I said,
I don't disagree because I don't really engage with my neighbors way too often, mainly because I've always been a hermit. I'm fine with my introvertedness. Does it mean will I ever not talk to them? No, absolutely not. If I'm
Well,
out and about talking, saying hi, or they want to come up and say hi to Roxy, because that's usually the conversation starter. Like, oh, Roxy, so, or they're like, oh, you have such a nice dog. And then Roxy does her little, oh, I want to pet you, I want to jump on you, I want to be all over you. And it gets conversations going. But
Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
cowboy
look,
men like us might be a bit of a different story, but let's face it, we're all very spread out. Do
yeah,
you know any like other than Bob? You and Bob maybe have like the one advantage over. Oh, sorry. No, that's not the wrong one. There it is. There it is. Sorry, Arba. But
secret
oriented.
societies. Not so secret though.
We're not so secret, no. But again, like Bob and Cowboy have one distinct advantage over most of us. They actually know each other, right?
Hmm.
They live in or used to live in the same city. They've hung out before. That's
Oh
very
yeah, that's
rare
right.
for the rest of us. The next closest person to me that I know that has even visited our channel, probably won't come back again or ever be seen again, is oh, what's his name? Cannonball something. He knew where Salmon Arm was, and he lives in Sycamoose, but I've never met him. Never met him. So he's
Yeah,
40
I
minutes away, but I've never met him.
I think there's only one other person that I think of might be in Alaska, and our little mutual communities. I'm sure if I
Mhm.
look for mutual people out here, I'll find them, but a lot of them are not willing to talk. They're not willing to talk online, anyways. You get them alone, or you go over to their house for a dinner party or something like that. They'll talk up a storm, but it's one of those. It doesn't leave this house.
well, me, where I'm at, I could meet up with MGTOW Marine or Gone with John in a matter of minutes. They're the closest to me, but Drubius, he goes to Brandon's channel. Coop,
Yeah.
Sean knows
No, I
Coop.
mean, other than Hemi and Scotty and Ike, these are the people that I know that are the closest or within the country. Like Hemi's obviously within the country. Primo, BC, I guess. There you go. Primo's down in
Primo.
the Abbotsford area, right?
Yeah.
And me
Dax
and Primo
closer.
get a. Oh yeah, Dak. Again, still many hours away. You know what I mean?
Well, look, yeah. I
We
mean, you
don't
bring
have
up a
big
good,
enough groups close enough together.
well, yeah. I mean, you bring up a good point. I mean, look at what has happened to our culture over the last century. I mean, men against women, people against other races, right? The blacks and the
Yep.
whites, most obvious. The Mexicans, Asians, blacks, all them. It's and like I said, Chris and me and you've talked about it a lot. I have to wonder if MGTOW has contributed to a lot of the divide between men and women and trying to fix this.
Uh, like I've stated about the MGTOW thing, I believe that anybody that was behind the whole "let's divide up everyone," right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're
Which don't
without
get
a
me
doubt.
wrong. Which don't
We're
get me
without a
wrong.
doubt.
Go
Let
ahead.
me finish. I was gonna say, without a doubt, they predicted that something like this would arise,
Yeah.
right? Because you can only turn against one side for so long until it, basically forms a rebellion. And that's what I find MGTOW is.
Well,
It's more of a rebellion.
don't get me wrong. I'm still MGTOW all the way, and I still believe red pill, and I still teach it and all that good stuff. But when you take a step back and look at the whole overarching picture, and I've heard a lot of people, even Red Pill Rhino, say it before, we're not going to make it out of this unless we start helping one another, not just men and women, but each other.
Yeah.
What's that
Well,
saying? We're not going to make it our way. People, I mean.
Which I
No.
don't think the human race will last another couple hundred years, to be honest. I really don't, unless we have a major revolution.
Well, I mean, I stated this with Indy again today. Another thing we got on when it came to the whole division of the family, right? And destruction of the nuclear family, where it's fucking literally children turning against parents, parents turning against each other and children, that without a huge calamity, and I mean massive calamity, to where the population around you is reduced to next to nothing, right? You will have no choice to come together, just like The Walking Dead. You know, in The Walking Dead, they form groups.
Yeah.
Right.
The last time something similar happened, well, the last time, most recent, was World War II, which is 80 years behind us, but there was also World War I that did the exact same thing, and now we're 100 years from that.
Well, I mean, World War I saw entire towns and like farming communities and stuff completely devoided of men,
Yeah.
completely drained. Like they were all gone. They weren't coming back. They didn't make it back. It's not that it slowly couldn't rebuild, but these were people that were very self-reliant. You know what I mean? They had all the fucking the groundwork together of their family units, their communities, and they still got annihilated, to the point where a lot of people, you know, the women that were left over, even the young men that were left over, and the elderly, they moved on to go where they had more family. We don't have that now. We don't have that. We can't even get a husband and wife to fucking make it, right? We can't get fathers
Not
and
wrong.
sons to fucking make it. You know what I mean? We definitely aren't bringing together multiple generations or branches of a family or even a fucking neighborhood. Luckily, places like I said, what we've seen going on in Ireland and England right now is kind of putting that hope back into the idea that people could fucking get together and rebel under a fucking single purpose. But again, they have no fucking structure right now. This is just a mob gang reaction, right? They're pissed, rightfully so. They are pissed. Eventually, someone has to take the lead, right? And fucking actually form a militia, a military, whatever the case may be, and take the war right to their fucking door, right?
Yep.
That's what happened during the Civil War. You know, you guys know your history, right? The colonies elected the people to lead their areas, and they were like, you have to go represent us for our fucking freedom. And it was over a 2% tax, as far as I know. That's how it all got started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I said Civil War. I mean, or the Revolutionary War, right? Again, I get things confused too. Wasn't your Civil War? Or the
It was
Revolutionary
okay.
War.
That's one of many reasons. There's a long, long list, but when they
But you
say
fought for your
taxes,
independence, right? But you still fought for your independence, right?
yep,
Yeah.
Your state, or what was your state at the time, or well, not yours because you're in Alaska.
yeah.
Outlaw state, right? Or what was the
Alabama.
state at the time?
No,
They
Alabama
represented. So
wasn't
they
even
said,
a territory yet.
well, fuck, I don't know. The ones that did exist then.
Alabama came into statehood around 18. Oh shit! When was it? 1850 something? 1854. Hold on, let me look this up.
Okay, bad examples. The states that fought against the
Yeah, the
British
13
for their
colonies.
independence.
That would have been the 13
13
colonies
colonies.
around Jamestown. Yeah.
Right. They appointed people to lead their fucking revolution, right? Just like we're going to need people to lead ours, and we are going to have people to follow them to the end.
Yeah.
Right? Don't worry,
18
the people who control all the money and stuff, they will have no problems finding recruits. They will have no problems finding people to throw into the meat grinder. Right? None.
Oh no,
We are
they'll have no problems. There's always
and
people to
again,
throw into the meat grinder. It just depends
yeah,
on who's in power at the time because they'll send the undesirables first.
well, they just let in 10 million fucking soldiers against you this past what 2 years, right? Everyone that crosses that border is your fucking enemy, and that's being proven more and more every day. That's how the UK has gotten to where it is right now. Canada will get there too. So will Australia. So will New Zealand. So will Sweden. The US. Eventually, you'll get there. But every one of those people that crosses your border in the meantime that don't look like you, they're your enemy.
Yeah. Illegals is the newest national grift right now.
Go back soon.
Seriously, illegals are I'm calling them what they are. They're illegals. They're illegal fucking immigrants that need to get the fuck out. YouTube don't like it, they can kiss my ass.
Look, you call them illegals. I call them illegals. The government calls them soldiers.
Yeah.
Unpaid soldiers. They're going to be there to fucking loot and murder your ass without them having to lift a finger. They actually have to stand back and do nothing. Just let them in.
Yeah.
Right?
Government calls them your replacements.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
like we said,
they're not going to find them good replacements because let's face it, they come from a place where it's unruly as it is.
They don't have even basic skills.
Right, but they're going to find them to be much more unruly than us. So
yeah.
Mayorkas can kiss ass because I'm not stopping using the word illegal.
Ban the word illegal.
Are you fucking serious? Oh my god! Hey Vincent, I hope you're the Vincent Van Gogh fuck yourself that I follow on Instagram because you post some funny shit.
Yeah, that should be him.
We're looking at.
I told him I was coming over here, so it is most likely.
Oh, him. Perfect. Okay, just wanted to make sure I was following the right person. That's all.
You know, I mean,
yep.
But and again,
appreciate you coming over, buddy.
And I'm sure it's the same with Canada. In fact, I know it's the same with Canada. You know, at some point, you've got to ask the question: how many of these people in our country is too many? When do you put the shut-off switch on it?
Yeah. Again, they're going to fucking, just like with the fucking whole vaccine, with the, what counts as fucking an illegal firearm and what counts as a legal one, they are going to change narratives no matter what. Right? They will change wording and say, now this is law. It's up to you to accept it, right? It's really up to you to accept it. We don't make these laws, but if we don't follow them, they have to enforce them, right?
That is unfortunately true. Yes.
Yeah.
There you are, Vincent. Thanks for the follow back, buddy. But again, yeah. They could come out tomorrow and say all of your stuff is now fucking theirs. It's up to you to say, okay, I'll pack my clothes and walk out the door and you can have my house and everything I own. Or it's up to you to give them the middle finger and say, come fucking take it.
Yeah.
You want it, you come fucking take it. You throw your life on the line and you fucking come take it. From my cold dead hand was actually a good term.
If you're going to impress unduly onto me, it is our responsibility as citizens to say exactly what you just said. You better come here and you better pry it from my cold dead hands because we're not playing your fucking game.
Yeah.
We're going to live here and we just want to be left alone. I'll pay your taxes, but you start going a little further than that, people are going to be like, fuck this. Let's fucking put the Gadsden flag back up.
Well, Sean, let's face it. In every country, first world country, that are now basically third world countries in all but fucking name alone.
Mhm.
That pot has been boiling over for a long fucking time, and ain't nobody looking to take it off the stove. And it probably wouldn't fucking help. Right
I don't
now,
disagree with
what we're
you.
seeing what we're seeing happening in Venezuela, what we're seeing fucking happening in parts of the UK and Ireland, that has to happen. You have to relieve the pressure one way or another. And let's face it, when you fucking get pushed across the line, there's only one fucking way to get you down. Well, sorry, there's two. They can kill you, or you can wipe them out.
Mhm.
You ain't fucking calming down no more. No more
Well,
Mr.
what's
Nice
really
White.
funny is France almost had another revolution the last several
Right?
years. The Yellow
Well,
Jackets, the protests that
yeah.
just spawn up. Um, it was kind of surprising that Macron was able to stay in power as long as he did, or still is, but I don't think he's getting reelected
Well,
because he forced elections to happen because UK Parliament decide, or not UK, their representatives to the EU were all right wingers, or what we would call right wingers.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then they
thought what they
said,
called
or
right
France
wingers
said,
were
we're
left wingers.
going to be American conservative, I guess you could say. But then Macron is like, all right, we're just going to have an election right here, right now. And because they think they're in a position to solidify power, I don't think it's going to go their way. I think
Yeah,
if they do elections now, it's going to be it's going to be a bloodbath, and not only that, it's going to swing conservative, American conservative.
well, from what we've seen, which is very little coming out of France right now, they're having the same battles in the fucking streets as the UK and Venezuela.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spain
There was,
is also fucking going up in arms, and they share a border with France, right? So pretty soon you're gonna have whole fucking continents that are all in fucking in arms. Every fucking citizen. You know what I mean? Was it Ukraine or Russia that had a civil falling out, I guess, about 10 years ago? I think it might have been Ukraine. During I think when
about
they
10 years ago, there was an American-backed coup that got
Zelensky put in. So yeah, it was
pro-Russian, I think, in
no,
power.
I thought it got Zelensky in.
You think-
That was the
Okay, I might be incorrect. It could be Zelensky.
Nope, sorry, I clicked on something here. But yeah, I thought that's when they got out the guy with glasses, bald headed guy, and then they put Zelensky in place. But that turned into battles in the fucking street. I remember seeing fucking like video footage of fucking people huddled behind cars and riot shields with fucking like Molotov cocktails and shit they were throwing around. That hasn't happened in our streets in a long time. The closest thing they had, which was literally fucking set up by the government to make it look like it was a civilian thing, was the whole BLM bullshit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's face it.
No, that was
Yeah.
talk about insurrection. That was actually a
Yeah.
demonstration of insurrection.
Yes, I would definitely say that
It
was
was
more
really
of an example
close to being
than
a rebellion,
what they
but-
listed.
Yeah, it was close
Well,
to being a
again,
full-blown rebellion, but there was no organization. There was no. Okay, I'm not saying no territory was taken because some was, and they created the autonomous zones, but that's very few. A rebellion is typically either an overthrow or a separatist act. What happened during the Summer of Love was mostly just incitement of violence to use that as a way to get their political ideals through, but still being under the same political system.
right, and it was backed by the same political parties that are in power right now. But
Yep.
I'm just using it as like the next best example that we've had in our fucking part of the world, right? Let's face it, between that and like the trucker convoy, that was the closest thing. There wasn't even really any violence there, you know,
Talk about
especially
a
on the
peaceful
trucker convoy,
protest.
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean, when I heard that the truckers were going to Ontario, and I believe Hemi was there to even fucking hear this, I stated very clearly, are they going armed? If the answer is no, you're wasting your fucking time. And it kind of fucking turned out to be that. Let's face it, it was a waste of time.
It did show
Right.
government's hand, though, or it showed Trudeau's hand. And he
Well,
made decisions he will never be able to recover from.
How has that fucking stopped him? He's still fucking siphoning off millions of dollars of our fucking money a day and throwing us to the fucking
Yeah.
wolves so that he
Isn't
can go live in
there-
fucking Castro land.
Didn't he try to make a law where his actions would not be allowed to be
Would be-
criminally prosecuted?
Yeah, and the court that he fucking basically, you know, holds a fucking hand over even told him, no, you're going to be held accountable for your actions. Yeah, he wanted immunity.
Yeah,
So
he
what?
wanted
He
what
fucking takes
what
all of his-
happened with
he takes-
Trump out here, which is the presidential or executive branch immunity.
Right, but so what? He's already robbed the country blind. All he's got to do is move down to fucking Cuba with his family.
I make a joke about this every once in a while. Cuba seems like a good landing place for Trudeau because he just looks so much like his alleged father that they probably would welcome him with open arms and even let him run it.
I wouldn't be surprised if next year he's down there with his uncle saying, I'm so glad to be back with my biological family.
Yes, I had an
I would not be
awakening.
shocked. Here's the question. Can you guys nuke Cuba? Is it close enough?
Oh, yes, it is most certainly close enough.
Oh, would you guys like Cuba?
No,
I know when you can get it.
we
Sorry,
have
Cubans.
we have other charity states that we're dealing with at the moment. We don't need another.
Oh, okay. Well, lads, I know this was a bit unorganized and a little bit out of the fucking ordinary, but I want to thank everybody for coming out. But I have to take off here. I'm cutting it short
Oh, fair
because I have to go do some things before we know if we're actually going to get evacuated or whatnot. I don't hear fire trucks going, so I'm thinking they're not actually going to this fire. Whether or not
you
it's
guys
going to get
have
really bad,
a
I have no
well
idea.
nearby?
Yeah, we just got a lightning storm come
I,
through literally 30 minutes before I started, and the fucking place is now lit up with
Oh,
fires
no.
from lightning strikes. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I hope you and the family are
Yeah.
gonna be safe, dude.
Oh, we're fine. We're good. You know, like I said, if we get evacuated, I'm personally throwing a match in the corner. You know, I'll take the insurance money. Thanks.
Get some insurance.
I'll take the insurance money. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, no, that totally was a Raptor in my garage. I'm gonna need like $8,000 just for that. Just for that.
That's hilarious.
Look-
But be safe,
yeah.
dude.
Always, buddy, always. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. But again, we do live in the fucking land of forest fires, right? I've stated many times. We get forest fires around here when there's snow on the ground still. That's how fucked up this place is.
No,
So
sounds
now
like
that we're in the
Alaska.
middle of and we just got past a hot streak where we haven't had hardly any rain. So everything is like fucking tinderbox, right?
Yeah.
That little fire up the mountain here can spread real fucking quick, right? And take the whole goddamn valley. Because we get very little rain actually down here in the valley. The mountains get a little bit more, of course, right?
Mhm.
But it generally goes right around those mountains and around us, right?
Damn.
So Yeah, we're sitting in a bit of a tinderbox. I'm not gonna lie. We have fire bans go on real early for a reason. You know what I mean? In our
Shit.
zone.
Yeah, same thing out here.
Yeah,
We've
man.
had a really hot summer and a really dry
Yeah.
summer. So, well, fireworks are
And
typically
you got lots of
always banned
kindling.
out here. Well, it's Alaska.
Yeah, and you got lots
I
of
mean,
kindling up there in Alaska.
Yeah, but forest fires serve a purpose. They go through, they get rid of the underbrush and burn it all, which seeps into the ground, creates fertilizer for new vegetation to come in within the next 5 years.
Right. And humans have changed that. Let's face it. When we used to put out spot fires, now here they let them burn. If they're not threatening any like communities or stuff, they'll just let them burn because it helps get rid of that.
Yeah, I think in my area they stopped because it used to be that way where they would all, no matter what, if there's a fire, oh my God, we got to stop it. We got to put it out. No, you
Yeah.
let nature do its thing. Let it do its
What's
thing.
up, brother
And
20
then,
piece?
especially here, because we have spruce bark beetle infestations everywhere. So
So
those
does
dead
Alberta.
trees have got to go, and those beetles
Yeah.
have got to go.
Yeah. And you know what? That was one thing that I'm glad like somebody addressed here in Canada, because we've had those outbreaks where they've done nothing about it. And vast mountains, like hundreds of thousands of hectares of forest, you look at it, right? And it is all fucking dead. All fucking tinted brown because the Beatles fucking killed everything and they did nothing to fucking stop it. Now all of that shit is just fucking popcorn, right? Popcorn level dry.
Yeah. So where I'm at, or I'm pretty close to Anchorage, but along the way to Anchorage, you got to get close to the inlet. And back when the I think it was the '68 quake happened, the ocean flooded part of the valley that I'm in. And so there are still trees still standing from that earthquake. And all you see is like, petrified wood everywhere on the plains. Nobody's done anything to get rid of them, minus whatever the construction crews do, because a highway runs through it and they keep expanding the highway. But yeah, no, there's no life there because so much salt got put into the soil around there. Nothing grows. It's like a couple of grasses that can tolerate the salt. But if you look at the trees, they're still standing, but they're petrified.
Yeah, I haven't seen that issue, but again, the beetle issue we definitely seen.
Yep. All right, I'll let you go.
Lads.
I'll let you get off. You're trying to get out of here. I keep carrying on.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And again, if you get a chance, say hello to our brother Indy. Maybe, pass along your condolences, but keep him in your thoughts. Again, whether or not he wants to share everything, that's up to him, and I'll leave that to him. But he ain't in a great place, and I can relate to where he is. You know what I mean? A lot of us can, and it ain't a great place to be. So he may be an asshole, right? He'll admit that himself. He may be an asshole, but he's our asshole.
He's our asshole.
You know what? And let's be honest, Indy has never let one fucking person down whenever there was a cause to rally behind. He's always fucking been there. Just like Hemi, just like fucking JR, just like fucking SCE and Dak and fucking most of the other guys that are in our groups. And if I forget your name or don't mention you, I'm sorry. But, these guys have always fucking been willing to throw their fucking 2 cents worth in to help fucking guys out. And sometimes they don't require anything financial. Sometimes they just need you to fucking be there for them. And that's what it's
Yep.
all really about. You know what I mean? So Mr. Hemi, another guy who's always there. Brother Eric Zombro, I have no idea where he's been the last while. I'm kind of worried about him because we never talk, and my phone's down now, so I don't have the ability to call him or text him.
He's
But
been
I
doing
hope
pretty
he's
good
doing well.
last I heard.
Well, that's good. But you know what? These guys, they're always fucking there, man. Like them or fucking love them or hate them, they're always
Mhm.
fucking there. And
Mhm.
you know, even people fucking they have a hard time getting along with some of them. They have still fucking backed them up to the fucking letter every fucking time they've been ever been needed. So this is the one time, and you know what? Our good buddy Hemi there, I know he's probably passed out now. He's
Mhm.
been through a lot of shit too. And you know what? There are days where he needs a little bit of a pick me up. And whether it's just in the Discord to chat with him, whatever the case may be, you know what? Just be there. That's all it really takes, man. That's all it really takes. You don't need to send them $1 million because you don't fucking have it. But if you do have $1 million, you can send it to me. That's fine. I could use $1 million. I'm not
You
gonna
yeah.
lie. Some people
I'll
are
take
gonna
I'll take
go.
$1 million.
Yeah,
Oh,
if I had $1 million, there'd be some people evacuating their meat suits pretty quick.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. So you
You
know
a
where your
man.
money's going. But again, you know what? These guys are always there. They're always there to fucking listen. Sometimes it's hard to get it out of them, but sometimes they will open up to certain people, and you realize just how much they need somebody. I'm not
Yep.
trying to put anybody's laundry out there or anything, but we all have issues. We all have problems, and sometimes there are people that are always there, but somehow fall through the cracks when it comes to them. They don't want to
Yeah.
talk about it, and they really should. You know what I mean? Um,
This is
that,
how we
that's
deal with it.
yeah, and to be honest with you, that's what this community was primarily fucking made for.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're all over the world, but we all fucking share the same fucking struggles. We all share the same fucking values. We all generally have the same interest or the same fucking strifes in our life. It never hurts to fucking listen to the people who are always fucking there listening to you. And I'll leave it at that. Oh, what? Hemi, can I ask you a question? Mr. Hemi ain't here no more and ask no questions, but he likes 304s or 328 force. Brother SC, you know what? That's this community has always been here for me when I needed it. When I found it, the least we can do is fucking try to give back in whatever way we can. Because again, it's fucking 100% needed. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's tough to be a guy. It is tough to be a guy. It's tough to be a fucking person
It's
in this
not
day and age.
easy.
You know what I mean? You're always told you're fucking alone. And the weird part is half the population is told the same goddamn thing. Right?
Yep.
So I guess you ain't alone. But yeah,
Nope.
let's keep them all in our thoughts and prayers. If you haven't spoken to somebody in a while, maybe just reach out and see how they're doing. You know what I mean? Never hurts.
Good idea.
Yeah. That's why I got to get in touch with brother Eric there. I don't know where the fuck he's been. Dak's been kind of quiet too, but I see him around on other people's channels and stuff. Again, like I said, my phone's down, so I can't really call anyone. If you're not on Facebook or on Messenger or the Discord, it's good to get a hold of me. So, but I'm always there or here or somewhere. And with that, I'll say my good nights. Outlaw, you got anything to say?
No, brother. I think that's about it, man.
Okay. Well, that bigot's out.
Yeah.
Sean, you got anything to
When you start the revolution, make sure to annex Alaska.
add? Well, you guys got all the guns.
I know.
Where do you think I'm coming first? Where do you think I'm coming first?
The North
Look,
rises.
I'm cutting off. Yeah, I'm cutting
King
the
of the
top
North.
off of BC,
King of
and,
the North.
and then I'm heading north. Yeah, there you go, King of the North. Let's put the fear of God in them. Well, yeah, I'm going across BC, and then I'm going north to get you guys, and you know, of course, use your firearms, and then we're taking the rest. That's all we need, really. I mean,
Yep.
Canada's not really that well armed,
if
and
you
let's
could
face
take
it.
over the military installations, we got Strikers, we got tanks, we got Raptors.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got cool toys.
All right. Perfect. And where are they located? Should I send them a letter first saying, "Look, you can surrender now"?
No, don't give them. Don't let the enemy. Don't correct the enemy when they're making a mistake.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
All
right, guys.
You take it easy.
Y'all have a good night, and thanks for coming, everybody.
All right, brother.
Later.